And I guess it's more fun, and it's sort of a more intimate setting.
Well,
You're all together in a space with the audience. It's different.
That's what I love about it. And, I think upstairs at the Flynn is great for seeing things like big musicals,
Right.
Musical acts, the Chinese acrobats, anything
Yeah.
with a lot of big spectacle. But if you want something that feels a little more intimate, a little more personal, I love Flynn Space because the actors are as far away from the audience as you are from me. And
Sure.
sometimes it feels like you're right there as part of the action. That was the thing about Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Yeah.
Some of the audience felt like they were right there in the living room with those characters.
Right.
And that makes it a very visceral experience.
Yeah. And because Flynn Space does have concerts down there
Yep.
throughout the year, you can have a show with music. Even if it's not recorded, you could have musicians on stage or off the side.
Yep, which we've done. Woody Guthrie did that.
Right.
We did it with Jacques Brel. We did it with Quilters a while ago. And again, the sound just fills up that space. That's what I love about how small it is.
Yeah. I guess that used to be a bowling alley way back when.
It was a bowling alley. Then I don't know if you remember the old Last Chance Saloon.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
It was that for a while, and then Flynn came along and transformed it into this beautiful little performance space.
After they had, the upstairs had been a movie theater for a long time.
That's right. Well, they did a great renovation all about at the same time. They brought back some of the Art Deco upstairs and then transformed the downstairs.
And we met yesterday afternoon down at Flynn Space.
Yep.
Had a camera late yesterday afternoon and took some video of what it looks like down there, and it lasted a little over about 2:15.
Yeah.
So we're going to check that out and see what people think, and see Mark walk around Flynn Space.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mark Nash, and I'm here to welcome you to Flynn Space. Come on in. We're on street level here, but we're going to head downstairs into actual Flynn Space. Come on in. So here we are, and we've got over here a little cafe with a full bar that is open during the show. You can come on down, have a drink. They've got a few snacks, beer and wine, and a lovely little place to wait for the show to start. And then over here is the theater itself, and I'll show you around. Right now they've got it in what's called stadium setup, with the stage at one end and seats at the other end, and as you can see, it's a lovely, small, intimate space, and the actors are just a few feet from where the audience is sitting. Now, this setup is a very specific one for, often it's for music shows. When we do theater in here, we do a lot of different types of setups. Sometimes we have the stage in the middle of these four posts, and the audience is on all four sides. Sometimes we do 3/4 with the audience on three sides and the stage at one end like that. The wonderful thing about Flynn Space is that it's incredibly flexible with all kinds of variations, and at Vermont Stage Company we try to do a little something different for every show.
Brian with you tonight on Street Signs Live on this Tuesday, September 11th, hosting a show about Vermont Stage Company and their 2007-2008 season. And Mark Nash, the guest on the program tonight, Mark was there on the stage of Vermont Stage in Flynn Space. Now that was a stage set up for another show that's going on now or about to go on.
Right.
You can do whatever you want down there within reason as far as the way things are set up. Every show can look different.
Exactly. What's great about Flynn Space, it's got flexible seating platforms, so you can move the platforms in pretty much any configuration. As I said, you can put them on four sides, three sides. You can put them at one end, put them at the other end, put them all along one side. So we have had the stage and I think at least 10 different configurations over our 30 different shows.
And you on the stage there, that's nothing new. You act.
I do.
And if I'm looking at the brochure here for the upcoming season, and there's 2 directors that are doing shows this year. One is Sarah Lampert Hoover.
Yep.
The other is directed by Mark Nash. That's you.
It's a busy year for me. I'm directing 3 shows. Sarah Lampert Hoover's a director that we've worked with. She's from New York City.
Okay.
And she's coming up and doing the other 2. And looks like I'm also going to be acting in one of the shows this season.
I was going to say that. Are you acting in a show that you're directing yourself?
No, thank goodness. I tried that once many years ago, and it's an incredibly challenging thing to do, and doesn't come off well. Either the directing or the acting gets short shrift. No, Sarah will be directing me in our show in January called Doubt.
Okay. Now the first show is about a month from now, in October. Tell us about that.
One of my favorite shows is called Inspecting Carol, and it's about a theater company who's putting on their 13th production of A Christmas Carol.
All right.
But the problem is Tiny Tim has gotten a little too old, a little too fat, and Bob Cratchit has a bad back, and Scrooge wants to shake things up by cutting the happy ending and performing the whole thing in Spanish to protest the United States' involvement in Central America. And in the midst of all of this, an amateur actor comes in and wants to be part of the show. Well, the theater company director thinks that he's an NEA inspector coming to see if they deserve another grant, so they let him have free rein.
Okay.
And they put him in the show. Well, then the NEA inspector really shows up, and she wants to see a run-through of A Christmas Carol. And with this amateur actor involved in it, everything goes wrong. The set falls apart. People forget their lines, and it's a really funny look at what happens when everything that could possibly go wrong during a theater production goes wrong.
Where did you find a play like this?
I lived out in Seattle back in the early 90s, and Seattle Repertory Theater created this show.
All right.
The acting company actually wrote it sort of about themselves. They were sort of making fun of their own experience, and it's just one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
So this could be the first time it's ever been done in Burlington.
I am absolutely sure that it is the first time it's been done in Vermont. Yep.
Okay. So we were talking last year when you were on the program that some of the actors are from New York, some are local. Who is appearing in this play?
This play stars Andrew Sellon, who is our New York actor, and he was in I Am My Own Wife last year, and he was in The Foreigner the year before that.
Okay.
And everybody else, there's 9 other actors, and they're all local Vermont actors.